We're in the kitchen this morning starting things off because, you know, this month we want to be getting to know some of the people that are in on different shows on ABC 15, whether it's in the news department, but in this particular case, we're kicking off the show with our own Smart Shopper, who also is the co-host of Smart Family. I don't know when she sleeps, really.
I don't.
Working all the time, Daphne Munro. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm really excited. Yes, bright and early. You know,
Great
I've been
color
in here,
on you, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. I've been in here cooking since about 9 o'clock this morning.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have to make sure I know what I'm doing and I can articulate what it is that we're going to do. So,
what are we making?
well,
burritos?
a couple things we're going to do. You know, everyone always goes, "Oh, Daphne, you're so healthy all the time. That's all you do."
We don't talk like that.
Well, you don't. You just go, do you always have to eat healthy?
Well, when you put the kibosh on my second candy, I went over to her desk one time and she said, I have some candy. I had a little sweet tooth going on. She said, I have some candy. She had like 3 things in there. I'm like, I'll take these 2. She said, no, you can only have 1.
That's right.
Because she wanted the other one, or she didn't want you to have it?
Because she didn't want me to have it.
That's right.
Whatever works.
She was trying to curtail my sweet tooth. So.
Well, you know, one of the things that I always say is I always like to eat with purpose, right? You guys always hear me saying that with purpose. Right. And the other day I actually heard you, Stephanie, say something like,
oh no,
man, why does healthy food always have to taste so bad, or something like that you had said the other day. And then I went, bing, I know what I'm going to make on the set here.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Healthy food that tastes good.
Healthy food that tastes good and has purpose, meaning that, let me quantify that, meaning that when you go to like a donut place, I'm not going to just call out anybody, but and you get a donut, right? What purpose does that donut have except for the fact that your taste buds love it? But it feels no purpose for your body.
I think there's a psychological purpose in my mind.
It's not good enough. It's unpurposeful. But
we're not going to win, Stephanie.
Whole grain muffin with flaxseed or something like that still satiates that craving for wanting something sweet, but it also does something for your body.
Right.
Okay.
Right,
so this is some very simple things, and you know, a lot of people think that because you have to eat healthy, you have to be a millionaire. Well, you don't, and I'm not. You know, I'm always broke all the time, and I don't have a lot of time because you know I basically have 2 full-time jobs. So, how do I manage my family and eat healthy? Simple. Over here, what we're going to make right now is some burritos, homemade burritos. Okay. Very simple. Now, key thing for us working moms out there. Crock pot is essential.
Oh, good.
Essential. It's a must-have.
Do you have a crock pot?
I have a crock pot, but I would love a great crock pot book if you have one. Like I need recipes.
Yeah. Well, you know, crock pots are great because you just throw stuff in there and you go. So right here, I have some beans that I made. I actually put them in I soaked them yesterday morning. And
they smell good. What'd you season with?
White beans?
Pinto beans? I'm going to pronounce these wrong. They're not pinto beans. I always call them poblanos, but that's what they're called. Poblanos or something like that, beans?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're kind of a white bean. And actually, if you go to America's Tacos, they serve their burritos with those beans. That's how I was introduced to those beans. Anyway, so what I did was I put 6 cups of water and soaked beans because I like to make everything from scratch.
Delicious.
It's a control thing. I want to know everything I'm putting in my body.
So you put it in the crock pot?
In the crock pot. I threw a couple spices in there, grabbed some spices from the garden, some cilantro, some garlic.
Is there onion in there?
Onion salt. Onion salt, not fresh onions, because, you know, I got issues with fresh onions
that's right.
to an extent. And threw that in the crock pot. When I came home last night, they were ready to go.
The beans were?
The beans were.
Okay.
Okay, so there we go. So instead of buying canned beans, which is fine, canned beans.
Higher sodium though, right?
Exactly. So I have more control. I know what I'm feeding my family, and I can control the ingredients. So there we go. So that's the beans.
What are
simple.
these look
now,
like?
These are awesome. My friend Heidi introduced me to these about 3 years ago. These are uncooked tortilla shells. So what you do is they come like this. If you guys want to feel this, feel that, Andy. So it's uncooked.
So it's just after they press them and they take them off that
and you just have to refrigerate them. Then when you're ready to cook them, you put them on a pan right here, and you cook them up, and you have the freshest, now I made this about an hour ago, but you have the freshest tortillas. They're
Where did you get
yummy.
these?
You pick these up at Costco. Now, I bet you're sitting at home going, well, she's not that healthy because it's all white flour. Let's look at the ingredients, ladies. What does it say right here? Read this off for me.
Wheat flour. Ooh, first ingredient. Good.
Butter, canola oil, salt, sugar.
That's it. That's it. That's all these are. And you pick them up at Costco, and they're absolutely fabulous. And you just heat up. Oh, gosh, I'm burning the pan. Oh, guess what, guys? I have the wrong stove on. Sorry about that. I accidentally set down the plastic on the pan. Anyways, that would be why my tortillas weren't heating up. Anyways,
the kitchen is.
So very simple to do that. Now, so we've got our beans, we have our tortillas. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, now we got to make some guacamole. Real simple to make. All you do is you dice up some tomatoes, fresh tomatoes.
Okay.
Then you dice up about 2 avocados. Then all you need to do is chop up a little bit of cilantro, about 1 teaspoon, a little bit of peppers. You can have jalapeno peppers.
Do you like the seeds in them?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
Yeah, and I'm also lazy too to pluck out all the seeds out of the peppers, to be honest with you, but it works. So you put in some peppers. You can use jalapeno or serrano peppers.
But is that going to have a little kick to it? So the
it's going to have a lot of kick.
A lot
to
of
it.
kick. Okay.
But you can put
more in if
less
you don't want her to
peppers
eat
in
it.
Or the more milder kind of peppers. You know, these are the hot ones. These are second to the hottest type of peppers.
Are these from your
you get.
garden?
No, these aren't. My tomatoes from my garden are not ready yet. But you've got like about 2 tablespoons of fresh tomatoes. Then this is the part where this is probably the only dish where I'll eat onions.
Onions, yeah.
It was very hard for me to chop. This is a huge thing for me to be holding this in my hand.
Why don't you eat? Can you share with us?
I just don't like them.
Oh, really?
I don't like them. But that was a grown-up thing that I just did there. That was huge.
Good job. You're coming a long way
Thank you.
now.
I really am chopping up those onions. But you can't have guacamole without onions. I mean, it takes away from flavor. And then you put a little bit of lime, squeeze that in. Okay? And then you grab a spoon and you mix it up. And that's it. Now, this is what you're finished.
And you like the beans because of the protein or just because of the health value or the
I like
fiber
the beans,
or what?
I like the beans because they have protein and they have fiber. And it's simple. And you can do anything with beans. You could throw it on top of rice. And you're not, sometimes meat's a little bit hard to digest, like red meat.
Right.
So let's try that. You want me to fold that up? And I'll show you how to fold this up. A lot of people want to know how to fold up a burrito.
Well,
it's a little crispy.
Yeah, got a little
It is, but
crispy.
it'll be fine. We'll just roll it up just like that. So you fold up the 2 sides, and then you roll it up.
Stephanie, take a big old bite.
Take a bite.
There you go. Voila.
Okay, are you going to read?
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm not.
You take a bite.
Okay.
I'm going to read.
So there you go.
Stephanie,
Daphne.
I was going to say Daphne and Stephanie they're going to be back, and I'll be back.
Yep.
So stick around because later on, is that good?
I like
You're going to make smoothies?
Yes, I'm going to make smoothies because people always ask me, how come I have so much energy in the morning? I'm going to share with you the secret. Come
In
on.
the morning.
All right.
You have
We
energy
can't
all
wait.
day.